Welcome back. The Tshwane City Council has approved the budget presented by Mayor Nasipi Moya. The coalition parties in the metro have welcomed the budget, calling it a significant step towards addressing the city's financial deficit. A key feature of the budget is the introduction of a new cleansing levy of 194 Rand per month aimed at properties using private waste collection services. Action SA has praised the budget's approval as a major win for residents and a sign of hope for South Africans who want to see their capital city thrive. Joining us now to have this conversation further is Action SA's leader, Herman Mashaba. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this evening. I see also in the statement that has been issued by Action SA, hailing it as the first budget in years that is fully funded.
Well, good evening and good evening to Newsroom Africa listeners. Yes, absolutely. We're excited and really very proud of this new coalition government that just took over the city of Tshwane 8 months ago, a city at the time which was literally broke. Remember when we took over this city, I used to say to the residents that if the city of Tshwane was a business, would actually, and we were directors, would actually call for its liquidation. But because we're dealing with a city here, we cannot, unfortunately, afford to put the city under in liquidation. We've got to come out with plans to revive it. And it's unbelievable, incredible that this multi-party government led by Action SA, ANC, and EFF has managed to turn this city around in a matter of 18 months. The first time the city since 2021 presenting a fully funded budget without actually asking for any funding from the banks. So it's a very big milestone. Yes, you'll have critics in anything that you do. You can imagine those who obviously were removed from government will come out with all manner of excuses. But what we are proud about as one of the major partners in this is the fact that the residents of the city of Tshwane, particularly the townships, are now receiving services, and we're putting money in capacitating our law enforcement agencies. We insourcing our cleaners and security. We are employing extra 200 police men and women. You know, I don't know if you are aware, Adrian, the city with its massive growth over the last 15 years or so, the city never capacitated our law enforcement agencies. So these are things that we're really very proud about. And we're proud about in the sense that they took a conscious strategic decision not to go to the markets and the banks to ask for funding. They said, let's work with what we've got, deliver this budget, deliver it on time, deliver it within budget. And when we start putting together the budget for the 26-27, that's when we will go to the markets, because by then we want in the first year to deliver a clean the audit outcome by the Auditor General. And I think we're really very proud as Action SA to really be part of this historic event.
Yeah, and speaking about law enforcement, the indication is that since 2015, that was the last time that EMPD officers or Tshwane, this is now the Tshwane Metro Police officers were appointed, meaning that since 2015, that hasn't taken place. Of course, we had the 2016 local government elections, which the ANC lost its majority. Democratic Alliance then came in through a coalition. And then we know what happened with the 2021 local government elections as well, and Action SA forming part of that coalition. Looking back at some of the decisions that have been taken since 2016, where would you say that things went horribly wrong when you, as Action SA, were also part of that coalition with the Democratic Alliance?
Well, I think for us as Action SA, and we admitted that we made a fundamental mistake, but I think it was unavoidable at the time, because if you look at how ANC had run the city of Tshwane since 1994, we thought that the DA would really be an alternative, and only to really prove to us when I was the mayor of the city of Johannesburg that they are not prepared, not prepared to provide services to the townships. And it is for that reason, the last year, then we said, no, this is unacceptable. We really tried to engage the DA that you don't just provide services to those who voted for you. We people of Hammanskraal, people of Atteridgeville, and so forth, they also deserve to get services. They are not in Atteridgeville, at Mamelodi or Hammanskraal because they wanted to be there. It is because of your own forefathers who put them into this environment. And we tried to engage them in a civil manner. Unfortunately, we were left with no option to try the ANC and EFF. And it's unbelievable. We're really proud of this coalition arrangement. Is the first coalition arrangement where you have the team actually working as a pair, a pride of lions. Every time, whatever they do, I was so proud last Saturday on my way to Majani going to launch a branch. I went past the Temba, find tar roads not being where the city was focusing on patching of potholes. They were resurfacing the tar roads. People of Hammanskraal, and at the same time, I know so the same projects are run in Mamelodi, in Atteridgeville, and so forth. So since 2016, ever since the DA took over the administration in the city of Tshwane, people of Hammanskraal, people in the townships and the villages were completely forgotten. So we really very proud as Action SA for having taken the decision to remove the DA, which was not prepared to provide services to these communities.
Yeah. Then there is the cleansing levy that is being introduced as well. What's the rationale behind this as Action SA, and how do you explain this to your constituency, considering that, for instance, in the city of Joburg, when it comes to the surcharge on electricity, the Action SA has said that it's totally against that surcharge, which the ANC, as well as the coalition, the government of local unity in the city of Johannesburg, said that it will remain there, even though that was one of your conditions that you had in supporting the ANC.
Look, I think, Eldrin, these are politics of the DA because they've let some communities benefit from using the city's land sites, not really charging them because obviously these are the people during ANC period, they decided to provide for their own services. However, at the end of the day, whatever recycling that they do, ultimately they use the city's facilities, and they were not really being charged during DA's time. And we felt, no, everyone has got to be charged because at the end of the day, yes, you can claim to be doing your own recycling, but at the end of the day, you are using the city's land sites, and unfortunately, you've got to really be paying. And that's really exactly what we've done. It's actually the DA just really trying to appeal to their residents who they've really been covering up, not providing services to poor communities. So basically, we are saying everyone has got to really be paying. And it's only those who are obviously not really being really defended by DA because of their focus only on the suburban communities, forgetting the fact that as government, you have constitutional obligation when you provide services to all the residents in an equal manner.
Yeah, and let's move it just quickly now to the city of Johannesburg because that budget vote has passed as well. The budget has passed there as well. But again, on the surcharge of 200 Rand, which Action SA has labelled as legalizing extortion, and as said before, that this is one of the conditions that Action SA had, that the ANC must make sure that there is no surcharge, and then Action SA will then support the government of local unity. What happens now?
Well, I think, fortunate enough, Aldrin, and I'm sure I must have also had an interview with you. When we agreed to work with the ANC in Tshwane and also take the legislative arm of the city of Johannesburg, one of the conditions which is there in writing to say you have to remove this 200 surcharge. But obviously at the time they'd already passed the budget. We said, they agreed, and the mayor in council agreed that they will look at this matter during the February adjustment budget. We defended them on that basis to proceed. But come February 20 this year with adjustment budget, a day before council sitting, we discovered that nothing was done about this adjustment budget, giving us excuses that they will deal with it during the main budget. Now, during the main budget, few days before, we discover actually at the time they wanted to increase it to 270 rands. That's when we said as Section SA that, you know what, Mayor, we don't operate like this. You made an official open commitment to us that you'll do away with this. So you cannot expect us as Section SA, we are not voting cattle. When we vote for something, you've got to really take us into confidence. But if you think you can just really put together a budget and you don't engage us and expect us to vote for it, unfortunately, Action SA, we are not voting cattle.
Yeah, so you're not voting for the budget, but are you still in support of the government of local unity in the city of Johannesburg?
There's no government of national unity. Please look at my statement in last July when we made the announcement of accepting to take the position in the legislature. The press statement clearly states that we are not in government. We'll vote with the ANC in Johannesburg on an issue-by-issue basis. I'm on record to that effect.
Okay. Just quickly in conclusion, there's been a major issue in relation to the National Lottery Commission with the lottery. One is the awarding of a tender or the bid winner. There's an issue that has been raised there with Sizekaya. Now we understand that Ituba, which is the current holder of that license, which expires actually tomorrow, saying that they might go and challenge that decision. But I also want to know from Action SA's side, what do you make of the handling of this entire debacle? Because now the court has just issued a judgment that the commission had wanted that contract of invalidity to be extended for 12 months. And the court says, no, it must be 5 months. Ituba says that 5 months wouldn't make any business sense. So now we are stuck in a situation of wondering whether on Sunday there will be a lottery that will be played. As Action SA, where do you stand around this issue? Are there any questions that you are asking at this particular moment?
Look, you know, Aldrin, I just spent a full day in Senate meeting, and that matter was one of the agenda items that our members of parliament needed to appraise us of. Unfortunately, because of the length of this matter was unfortunately deferred. So I think our members of parliament are the most qualified. But the reason I requested this matter to be discussed at today's Senate, it is because of obviously things that we are hearing on the sidelines. As you are aware, Action SA, we knew in Parliament, and these are matters that predates our participation in Parliament. But at the same time, I think we are concerned because unfortunately, over the last 30 years, ANC has always gotten themselves in issues that are questionable. But whether there is genuine consent at the moment, as Action SA, our guys promise they will study the matter and report back to us. So unfortunately, I don't think it will be fair for us to say our concerns are genuine or not. So at this point in time, our colleagues will study the matter to really be able to, when we comment on a fair basis.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Herman Mashaba is the leader there of Action SA. His response and reaction to the Tshwane budget vote, which has been successful, and then also the politics that is currently playing out in the city of Johannesburg.